𝐈𴦏𴑘 just dropped an insane new update for Valheim called the 𝐈𦏏𴑗, and today we're going to talk about it. Let's get to it. So this update is currently on their test live branch. If you're on PC, you can hop over there to the test live branch and check it out. I'm not sure if you can access it on console or not. You may be able to, have no idea, but I don't think it'll be too long before this update hits the live version of the game. While this update does not bring a new biome, it does bring a lot of cool stuff and some cool quality of life stuff and a bunch of new features. Starting off, we have 3 new skills: cooking, farming, and crafting. Cooking reduces the time it takes to craft the food, and then you also get a chance to get an additional food while crafting. From the looks of it, that chance to get the additional food just increases as the skill increases. Farming reduces the stamina cost of using the cultivator and increases the durability of farming items, so they just lose durability slower. It also gives you a chance to gain bonus yield while harvesting. Crafting reduces the time it takes to craft items and increases the durability of crafting items, so your build hammer will last longer, and it reduces the stamina cost for placing build pieces. The next cool thing we got is feasts. They're large meals that last longer and can be shared among several people. These are big placeable food items that have 10 charges on them, and they last for 50 minutes each. We got the Ashland's Gourmet Bowl, which gives you 75 health, 75 stamina, and 38 iter. The Black Forest Buffet Platter, which gives you 35 health and 35 stamina. Whole roasted meadow boar, which will give you 35 health and 35 stamina. Mushrooms galore a la Mistlands, which gives you 65 health, 65 stamina, and 33 iter. Hardy Mountain Logger Stew, which gives you 45 health and 45 stamina. Sailor's Bounty, which also gives you 45 health, 45 stamina. Plains Pie Picnic, which gives you 55 health and 55 stamina. And last but not least, the Swamp Dweller's Delight. That one's a bit of a mouthful to say, for 35 health and 35 stamina. And as I stated, these last 50 minutes, but the cool thing about them is not only do they last 50 minutes and give really good stats, but at 20 minutes, you can actually eat again, ensuring that your stats never get too low from your food dropping over time. In order to place these out in the wild, you need the new serving tray item, which is actually bought from the new trader, the 𝐈𦏏𴑗, which we'll get into in a minute. So we have that new item, the serving tray. We also get a new tool, the scythe, which will help you harvest your crops faster. It does a small cone in front of you that knocks crops up out of the ground, allowing you to just harvest large gardens quicker. Now we're going to get into the 𝐈𦏏𴑗 here in a second because there's a lot more to cover there, but I want to talk about the serving tray first. The serving tray is really cool. Not only does it allow you to place feasts into the world, you can also place all food items and all potions into the world using this serving tray. It acts like the build hammer to some extent. So if you have the items in your inventory and you have the serving tray, you just right click, that brings up the menu. You select the item that you want to place into the world in that menu, and then you can just place it wherever. You don't got to use the item stands anymore. This is so cool. And what's even better is that you don't need to pick the things up to use them once they're placed into the world with the serving tray. You can have a table clear full of potions, and you can just walk up to it, look at the potion you want to drink, and hit E, and you will just consume the potion. Same thing with the foods. It doesn't need to be a feast. You can place any of the foods into the world on a table. You can walk up to them, hit E, and you will just consume the food. This is a really, really cool new tool that they've added, and it's going to allow people to do so much more when they're building bases when it comes to decorations and stuff. I absolutely love this, and I think it's a fantastic part to the new update. Okay, let's cover everything you need to know quickly about the 𝐈𦏏𴑗. So as you can see here on this map, these are the locations in which the 𝐈𦏏𴑗 was able to spawn on this map. She has 10 possible places that she can spawn. She acts the exact same as any of the other traders. The first one of these you go to first is where she shows up, and then she won't show up at any of the others. You can only have one of her on a map. She works just like any other trader. She does have a little cool feature at her location, which I'll talk about in a second, but let's talk about all of the stuff that she sells. So she's going to sell you the candle wick, which is a new craftable item. The candles, they're a light source. They actually burn down and burn away, which is kind of cool because like that's what a candle does, but at the same time, it's kind of annoying because if you're using them for a light source, you're gonna have to keep buying new ones and buying wicks and making new ones, and it could be a little annoying, but you could also just craft them, place them, let them burn down, and it's kind of a little cool aesthetic for your base. Anyway, I digress. She also sells the scythe handle, which you'll need to craft the scythe, the cured squirrel hamstring, powder dragon eggshells, fresh seaweed, pungent pebbles, fragrant bundle, toadstools, ivy seeds, we'll talk more about those in a second, the woodland herb blend, mountain peak pepper powder, grasslands herbalist harvest, herbs of the hidden hills. These are all tongue twisters. Fiery spice powder and seafarer's herbs. All of that stuff stuff, well, with the exception of the wick and the handle, are used to craft the new potions, which we'll cover here in a minute, as well as the feasts. So you have to go to her for these resources. This is great because this is a great way to get gold out of the game, because as it stands right now, there isn't a whole lot of options of things that you need to rebuy over and over to get gold back out of the game. So this is a good way to do that. Now let's talk about the little secret that she's got going on there. So when you go there, you'll notice that there is a very pushy broom, and I say it's very pushy because it just shoves you out of the way if you're in its way, that is cleaning the floor and just sweeping by itself in her area. At first, you might not think that you can do anything about this, but you can. It doesn't matter that there's the protection bubble there around her area. You can actually fight and kill this broom, and when you do, it'll drop a trophy, which is the trophy broom, which looks like this. So it's just another cool little thing to decorate your base with, and I heard people say in the Discord that you only get one of these, but so far that's not true. I'm not sure if that's the way it's supposed to be, but I didn't kill the broom at first, went back and there was actually 2 brooms there, and then when I've started and restopped the game and gone back to her, the broom was there again. So I think the broom just keeps respawning, but it looks like it has a 100% drop chance to drop the trophy, so you can put brooms all over your house. So we have gotten a few more items that you can buy, but they are from the other traders. So there are the barrel rings. You can buy those from Haldor, and then there are 3 new clothing items that are for farming that you can buy from Hildur, and that is the harvest tunic, the harvest dress, and the straw hat. If you're wearing all of them, you will get plus 25 to farming. The barrel rings are used to craft the new barrel item that's a placeable in the world, and that is just a storage item. And then we have 2 new workbenches. We have the food preparation table and the mead kettle. The mead kettle is where you will now make all of your mead bases at. It does need to be over top of a fire in order for you to use it, and the fire needs to be active. The food preparation table is now where you make all of the foods that aren't cooked. So where you're going to make your dough, where you're going to make the feasts, anything that isn't cooked is going to be made here. The actual kettle now is where you cook all the stuff, just like the oven is where you cook all the stuff. So this is really nice because I know it's another table or workbench that needs to be made, but it kind of helps separate things out a little bit and makes a little more sense and makes it easier to navigate all of the different items that are currently in the game. Now let's talk about all the new potions that they added, because they've added a decent amount. Starting off with the Drought of the I don't know how to pronounce any of these names. It's the swimming potion. It reduces the stamina usage for swimming by 80%. Next, we have the Brew of Animal Whispers, which states animals will be less reluctant to accept you into their flock. Then we have the Anti-Sting Concoction. Says the fresh scent of this potion will keep away certain unwanted companions. You can pretty much guess what this does. This keeps mosquitoes away. The Tonic of Ratatowski or whatever states magic fills you, letting you move quicker than ever before. It gives you plus 15% to move speed and plus 10 to your run. Mead of Troll Endurance gives you plus 250 to your max carry weight. The Lightfoot Mead states you feel lighter, almost like you could jump all the way to the branches of Yggdrasil itself. This increases your jump height by 20%, and the stamina usage for jumping is reduced by 30%. Next, we have the Berserker Mead. This one is insane. So it makes you weak to slash, blunt, and pierce, which kind of sucks, but at the same time, your attack stamina usage is reduced by 80%, your block stamina usage is reduced by 80%, and your dodge stamina drain usage is reduced by 80%. That is freaking nutty. So you take more damage, but you basically lose little to no stamina for doing combat actions. And last but definitely not least, we have the Love Potion. Not 100% sure what this does yet. There's a lot of speculation around it in the Discord when it comes to what the Love Potion does. It has something to do with trolls, so it's basically a troll potion. When they attack, hearts form around them. That's all we really know for sure. Like I said, there's a lot of speculation around what it does. It doesn't tell you exactly what it does. It just says that all's fair in love and war. But I'm sure somebody will data mine it in no time and we'll know exactly what it does here in about a week or so. You cannot craft the Love Potion. It has to be bought from the Bog Witch. We have a new event, the Ghosts event. This event is kind of nuts because it sends a whole bunch of wraiths and ghosts after you, and they show up pretty quickly, and wraiths are a pain in the butt to deal with. Ghosts aren't too terrible, but the wraiths hit hard and they're kind of a pain. But this is also a good farm for chains, so if you like a lot of chains and you use a lot of them in your builds, then you're probably going to really enjoy this event. We also got 3 new emotes, the Relax and the Rest and Toast. And now for the Ivy. So as I stated, the Ivy seeds are purchasable from the Bog Witch, and you place them next to a building and they will grow and grow up the building. So just another really cool building feature to allow you to decorate your builds even more and make them look grown over and stuff. Very similar to the vine that we got in the last big update. They also also added the ability to craft 5 at a time of an item. So if you hold down shift or left stick if you are on controller, you can craft 5 of an item at a time. This is such a welcome feature. I wish we could just craft as many as we want, but I'll take some type of bulk crafting over no bulk crafting at all. Other than that, there is a bunch of other little fixes and tweaks, things like the food is now visible in a player's hand when they're eating and doing the eating animation, and just a lot of other little odds and ends, nothing too big. So all of that was the biggest stuff that was added in this update, and it's quite a bit of really cool stuff, at least I think so. All right, that is going to wrap it up for this one. Hopefully you all found this video helpful and informational. If you did, please consider hitting the subscribe button and notification bell so you can be notified when I upload other videos. And if you're looking for some more of my content, you can find a link to another one of my videos on the screen right now. I want to give an absolute massive shout out and thank you to all of my channel supporters for helping to keep these videos sponsor free. You all are absolutely amazing people. If you would like to become an official channel supporter, check out the links in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. If you're shy, you don't like to comment, just hit that thumbs up button and share your support. Until next time, thanks for watching.